Now we are moving into a space where we are shifting and becoming sovereign beings. Hey y'all, it is the goddess 𝒮𝓇𝑒𝓈𝓈𝒾𝑜𝓃 checking that in, and I hope y'all having a nice day. I am your favorite spiritual guidance teacher, here to help you understand and understand who you are as a spiritual multidimensional being so you can live your best life. It is early in the rising, so if my energy is not there, please charge it to my head and not my heart. Lord, I sound like a man. Help us, Lord. A sexy man. In today's video, I wanted to talk about something. If this video found you, this message here is definitely for you. And it's not necessarily a message, but it is a realization that I was shown from spirit. And I also typed something up this rising that I want to share with you. So over the past couple of days, spirit has shown me now more than ever how much we have chosen to limit ourselves, how much we have played in lack and fear, and just how limitless we are. When I was going out, I was seeing expressions of God. It's like I was seeing beyond people's ego. I was seeing beyond people's smaller self, and I was seeing that all of us were extensions and expressions of God. I mean, everything, not just people, but things, animals. All of us were expressions and are expressions of the all that is. And while I knew that before, to see it in real time, it's like spirit was using me to show me just how all of it has worked together, and how all of it is a part of this grander design of what God truly is. And I was also in awe of how many people were unaware of who they were as God, and how they had played into the game of this small self and limited themselves so much, and how they were unaware of their power. And I was also shown that there are no rules to this life thing, that we have all subjected ourselves to these rules of power and control and lack and greed. And it was just amazing to me how limitless we actually are, and how we have forgotten who we are to play in this game of limitation. And in essence, have in some regards become the masters of limitation. And now we are moving into a space where we are shifting and becoming sovereign beings. We have lived in a world where we have continuously given our power away, given our power out to external circumstances. And now we are moving into a space and a place where we are going within ourselves to really own our power and operate in that knowing, and living our lives based off of our own purpose, our own truth from our higher self, instead of falling in line. So for me, I just charged to my head, I'm going to go in so many different directions. So for me, I know what it feels like to not feel good enough, to not feel worthy. And while those have been taught to us, my job is to teach us about the nature of who we are as spiritual multidimensional beings, not just so we can manifest things, right? This is so much more than manifesting things. This is about helping us to realize our true nature, which is something that Jesus learned, and transcend this human experience so that we can actually be the gods over our reality, and not allow any external circumstances, anything outside of us, to control who we are, our inner world, and to operate as the creators that we actually came here to be. And so a lot of us are going through the process of remembering who we are as God, who we are as sovereign beings, and knowing that anything that goes on outside of us does not control who we are as the great I am, and operating and walking in that knowing, and creating realities from that knowing, creating realities that align with our highest self and our higher self's purpose and mission in this life. We have been taught that we are not good enough and we're not worthy. And that's something that I've struggled with on my journey, definitely. And my journey has been a journey of not only remembering who I am, but remembering my power, my sovereign power, remembering that the ability to create the world that I want for myself comes from within myself, not outside, that my worth and my value is intrinsic and it's not dependent on anything outside of me. And the key that is missing for a lot of people to know who they are as God is that they are looking outside of themselves to feel good enough, to feel worthy, to feel validated. And so because that outside world does not show them that they are that, they fall in line. We have all fallen in line. And now it's time for us to return to ourselves, to go to the God within, and to allow that to be the compass through which we navigate this physical life experience, so that we can experience and create heaven on earth. Because I was told and shown that we do not have to die to get to heaven. And we are essentially learning the principles, some of the principles through which Jesus used as he was here in this earthly plane. Now I'm going to take it another direction. I watched a video on TikTok yesterday, and I really do believe that this was divine in nature. And it was a girl who lost her father. And she basically said that she had a moment where she remembered why she chose to experience the losing of her father. It was like a past life where her soul was telling her why this happened. And it was because she was meant to understand what it really felt like to love somebody and then to lose them, and to experience the human emotion of love and loss. And so when I was writing this rising, I thought about that. I'll never forget, I was either in my bed or outside. I can't remember. I said, I'll never forget, and I can't remember. And I remember having this download that God is all things, that God is not separate from anything. And so that will make sense as I read to you what I wrote this rising. And it speaks to basically where we have been and where we are going. I understand now more than ever that this is about spiritual sovereignty. This entire process of waking up to the nature of who we are as spiritual multidimensional beings is about stepping into the power we have always had. It's about no longer being controlled by the systems of separation, control, and power. Everything external to who we are as sovereign beings, as spiritual beings, as God in the flesh. Humans live a life that is so fast and on go that we don't have time to slow down and listen to our highest selves. We are all on a path and journey to learn, expand, and grow, and assist the great I am in knowing itself. All of us are here to contribute to the greater good in some way, whether that is living in fear or living in love. And that is why there is no right or wrong. Everything just is. But when we are so caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, it's hard for us to go within ourselves, tune in, and figure out what we are here to do. So the Great Awakening is about awakening us to our true nature. It's about knowing that we don't have to die to get to heaven, that we can experience joy, love, peace, happiness, and gratitude now. That transitioning back to spirit is not a meal ticket to serenity. If anything, this human experience was meant to be heaven for all of us, to grant us the opportunity to feel and love and cry, and most importantly, experience the beauty of human emotion and life. And maybe God wanted to know just how much it could limit itself. And so we said, I will come here and I will go explore the depths of my darkness because it contributes to the great knowing of the I am. Because I know to the extent that I can live in darkness is the extent to where I can live in light. And because we've gained the knowledge, explored the depths of anger, greed, sorrow, etc., now we are ready to experience love, unity, and peace consciousness. We are ready to create that, to explore that with one another. All the while, some people will still choose to play out their lessons in fear. So all of it, in essence, is a part of the grand design. How could we truly know love and happiness if we didn't know fear and sadness? And because we've been able to explore the depths of that darkness and knowing that even the darkness that we've experienced is an expression of God itself, it's now time for us to explore the light of God. So all of it is divine in nature. We cannot appreciate and understand the richness of the unity that we are creating for ourselves without first experiencing the division. And that is why even in our choosing to live in love or fear, all is well. All of it is God. All of it is here for us to enjoy and to play. We've been taught what it means to be dependent upon the external, and now we are learning how to depend on ourselves. We are learning our true nature. We are seeing that even though we've lived in an illusion of separation and lack, we have always had access to the greater, to more. And now we are here and on the brink of experiencing more. So I truly do believe that if this video found you, that you are on the brink of experiencing more, that you are on the brink of experiencing greater, of experiencing more of yourself, more of your light, more of God, because all of it is God. And I'm so grateful and thankful to be here. I imagine a world when I think about Earth and what we are creating for ourselves is everyone having this higher consciousness, eventually getting to that place, because we are all on our own journeys and our own paths. Now, while it may not happen in my lifetime, I do believe that as a collective consciousness, we are all on a path and journey of ascension, and all of us will get to a place where we will operate in that love and light. Now, it will take some people longer than others to start to move away from that fear-based way of thinking, but that is the journey for all of us, because we have explored limitation to its darkest depths. And now it's time for us to transcend that and create and become more of who we already are. So I wanted to share that with you all, and also just let you know that I understand that doing this work is not necessarily easy. We are still having a human experience. So while we are God, we are also human. And we decided to come here to experience the process of transitioning from the dark to light. And I don't necessarily think that's supposed to be an easy thing. I think we came to experience everything that comes with making that transition to become more of who we already are and who we've always have been. And that's part of being human, is the experience. We are here to experience as spirit in form. And so I want to encourage you to give yourself more grace, to be kind to yourself, to love yourself, to be compassionate to yourself, and to extend that grace to other people, because we are all just learning. We are all figuring it out. So just remember to be kind. It doesn't cost anything to be kind. And know that I love you. I am wishing you the absolute best on your healing journeys. If you are somebody who would like to book a session with me, I offer spiritual counseling, so you can click the link in the description to see what services I actually offer. And I'm looking forward to working with you, to serving you, to witnessing a world of service where we put our egos to the side and we operate as our highest selves, and we come together and experience heaven on earth, because that's what we came here for. And know that if you're going through a hard time right now, if you're doing the work to, release and let go of what no longer serves you, that you came here and you chose this life for a reason, and that you are more than capable to make that transition and that change. And even though it might be hard to do that, right? It's in you. You chose it, and you will get there in divine timing. So I love you to life. I'm wishing you the absolute best in your healing journeys. If you are new to the tribe and you are feeling the vibe, do not hesitate to hit that subscribe button. I love you. I love you. I love you. Love yourself through your darkness. Love yourself through. This is the Goddess Running That Out, and I will talk to you soon.